My friend Kathy White, that y'all keep trying to tie me into her death, it is not true. She was not having an affair with Jay-Z. She never told me she was messing with him. Matter of fact, when she died, she had a boyfriend. His name was Malcolm, and she died with him. I need y'all to stop this rumor that she was pregnant by Jay-Z. She never told me that. I never seen her pregnant.
Kathy White's true killer is going to be unveiled. And it's not a man. And that woman died screaming.
Anything else?
Yeah. Show him the tape, Diddy. You got it.
What do you mean she's dead? You know, what happened to her? This was just a beautiful, young, seemingly healthy 28-year-old woman. I was told that she didn't have any health issues, you know, and it was very shocking to hear. And her colleague did not know what happened to her or how she died or why she died, but all she knew is that she was dead.
Inside me, coiled deep, was the need to know, are you cheating on me? Are you cheating on me?
Song completely illustrates a murder confession. Your body laid out on these filthy floors. Your bloodstains on my custom coutures. Now I ripped your dress and you're all black and blue. Look what you made me do.
Your marriage is sacred, and there aren't too many reasons, I think, that a sister would get in the way and start pummeling in a public venue. Now, the elevator was private, but everybody knows the cameras are watching. And they were stepping out to the paparazzi. And this is Beyonce and Jay-Z. I don't think she was out of her mind. I think that Jay-Z has done something really foul more than a few times in this marriage.
And I would not be the woman I am if I did not go home to that man. And it just gives me such a foundation.
You know, one of the guys said, you know, just make sure to ask him before he leaves, you know, is he in the Illuminati? And I said, no, I'm not gonna ask that, but are you?
I'm in the new Illuminati.
Let's give it up for Sean J.C. Carter.
Kathy White, also known as Karina Hun or Lil Kathy, was born on July 3, 1982 in Fort Polk, Louisiana, a military base located in the Vernon Parish. It was renamed Fort Johnson in the honor of World War hero William Henry Johnson. Karina's grandfather, Alvin White Sr., also served in World War II as a part of the United States Navy. Kathy's family has strong ties to the military. Her father, Eric Jerome White, also served. Her mother is of Korean descent and her father is Black American. Kathy was one of 5 children. She had 2 brothers and 2 sisters. And after spending her early childhood years in Louisiana, her family's connection to the military would have them relocate to Norfolk, Virginia, a city known for its heavy armed forces presence. She initially attended Indian River High School in Chesapeake, but would later graduate from Maury High School in Norfolk. After graduation, she decided to stay close to the Virginia area by attending the prestigious HBCU Howard University in Washington, D.C. Video footage would show Kathy participating in different modeling events while at Howard. And after she graduated in 2004, Kathy had dreams of becoming a celebrity publicist. After spending a few years going back and forth in between Atlanta and the DMV area, Kathy decided that if she truly wanted to be a celebrity publicist, she would need to go to the place where stars are made, Los Angeles, California. So in 2007, she decided to make the move across country. Kathy quickly adapted to her new Hollywood surroundings, making friends with people like celebrity interior designer and TV personality Nikki Chu. She also became friends with actress Chenoa Maxwell, who starred in Half Plenty, and reality TV star and radio host Claudia Jordan, who was also a model on the popular TV show Deal or No Deal, alongside Meghan Markle, who would later become a part of the royal family after marrying Prince Harry. Kathy became so close with Nikki and Claudia that they began to refer to themselves as the Trilogy. With the numerous Twitter posts to verify how close the women had become, Kathy was determined to make a name for herself as a publicist in the entertainment world. But she did have aspirations to become a star in her own right. She was a classically trained singer, and Kathy had been working with a music producer out of Washington, D.C. named Maurice Brown. He stated that her voice was absolutely amazing, and he knew that she had what it took to become a star. She would perform under the name Karina Hun. She would even file an LLC in late 2007 for the Karina Hun Music Group. Kathy also made appearances in a few different movies under the name Karina Hun as well, like the 2009 comedy film Deep in the Valley, alongside reality star and future wife of Kanye West, Kim Kardashian, as well as a small role in a film called Nobody Smiling in 2010. Kathy would label herself as a lifestyle, beauty, and fitness expert also. Looking at her social media photos, it seems like she was living a dream in Los Angeles, eating at high-profile restaurants and going on designer shopping sprees. When Kathy moved to California, she felt like the world was in the palm of her hands, and she knew that one day she would achieve her dreams. In May of 2009, Kathy and a group of friends decided to take a girls' trip to Las Vegas. This group included Claudia Jordan, and they were going to be there on a star-studded celebrity weekend for a boxing match between Manny Pacquiao and Ricky Hatton. The bout would take place at the MGM Grand on May 2nd of 2009, and a who's who in the entertainment world was in attendance, including two of the biggest moguls in hip-hop history, Sean Jay-Z Carter and Sean P. Diddy Combs. After the fight ended abruptly in the second round with Manny Pacquiao knocking out Ricky Hatton, Jay-Z and P. Diddy headed over to the popular Tao nightclub on the Strip, where they partied alongside Kathy White, Claudia Jordan, and their friends. Multiple photos would be taken of the group enjoying themselves. After enjoying a wild weekend in Las Vegas with her friends, Kathy was right back to work trying to build her PR empire. In December of 2009, she joined Twitter, and all of her good friends were happy to see her finally join the online party. Social media would show how close Kathy had become with some of the new friends that she had made while out in LA. The group of friends would tweet to each other about their trips around the world, visiting places like Paris, France, as well as sitting courtside at Los Angeles Lakers and Clippers games. Things were going extremely well for Kathy in the City of Angels. But in the spring of 2010, Kathy would get a big opportunity that required her to move cross-country, back to the East Coast, to New York City. Comedian and actor D. Ray Davis would even reach out to her and congratulate her on her move to the Big Apple, and even refer to her as his ex, insinuating that the two had a relationship in the past. She believed that this move could help her further her career as a publicist, but little did Kathy know, her life was about to change forever, because her name began to surface all over the internet on celebrity blog posts and blind items, saying that Kathy White was the mistress of legendary rapper Jay-Z, and that it had been going on for quite some time. The publication that first ran the story was called Hollywood Street King, created by a man named Sean Merrick, a Canadian rapper that performed under the name of H-Bomb and HDV, as well as creating a rap duo with Kool Keith called The Seventh Veil. He worked with other artists like Ice-T, Snoop Dogg, Ike Turner, and Rick James. He would report stories under the name of Jackie Jasper on his Hollywood Street King website. The site gained a reputation for writing scandalous stories about celebrities like Claudia Jordan, saying that she was a known homewrecker in Hollywood and that she had a reputation for sleeping with married men. And since Kathy was so tight with her, her connection to Jay-Z made even more sense, due to the persistent rumors of infidelity. And it's well known that Jay-Z has been married to one of the most beloved pop icons of all time, Beyonce Knowles Carter, a certified music legend with a legion of loyal fans. Celebrity gossip sites like Lipstick Alley would be filled with users trying to connect the dots between Jay-Z and Kathy White, and it would all be traced back to that one fateful night in Las Vegas, when her and her friends were photo partying alongside P. Diddy and Jay-Z at the Tao nightclub. According to Jackie Jasper of Hollywood Street Kings, it all went down in September of 2009, when Jay-Z flew out Kathy White and a group of her friends to Las Vegas to attend the fight between Floyd Mayweather and Juan Marquez. According to Jackie Jasper, Jay-Z told Kathy to bring her friends so it could conceal the fact that they were together. And not only did Jay-Z take Kathy on an expensive shopping spree, he gave her and her friends money so they could gamble while out in Vegas. Although the story never gained traction with media outlets such as TMZ, it was still making its rounds on the internet. This would cause Kathy to constantly be harassed online. Things got so bad that she messaged Jackie Jasper directly, demanding that he takes down the false story about her having a relationship with Jay-Z. But he just laughed at Kathy's request and even reposted the messages on his Hollywood Street King forum. Jackie Jasper was relentless in the way that he went at Kathy White online. It almost seems as if he had a personal vendetta against her and those around her, especially her friend Claudia Jordan.
girls do in Vegas. We did a girls trip. And she was like, my girl Corey, she's cool. When we went out, we saw Jay-Z's assistant, who knew me from before. I auditioned for his videos, and we were cool. She invited us to dinner at Tao. Diddy, Jay-Z, Larry Johnson was at the dinner table. And this is an exclusive, y'all. I'm finally telling y'all. We was all around. Kathy was there. Nobody was hitting on us. We were actually like sitting there like, we don't belong at this table. And then we all walked to Tao, the back entrance, and was at a club. His table was here, and we were a table over. At one point, Jay-Z handed me a bottle of Ace of Spades, and we all had our bottles up. Someone took a picture. That is it.
He would leak information that he allegedly got from Jason Lee of Hollywood Unlocked, saying that not only was it true that Kathy was having an affair with Jay-Z, but that her friend Claudia Jordan was actually jealous about it and was talking down about Kathy behind her back, telling people that Kathy had $200,000 worth of purses, $100,000 worth of shoes, but still lived in a dirty one-bedroom apartment, as well as saying that she couldn't believe Kathy had been landing higher profile men than her out in Los Angeles. Hollywood street kings would even accuse Kathy of working with people who had connections to the mob that were selling bogus health products. It was also said that the only reason she relocated from Los Angeles to New York is because Jay-Z agreed to put her up in a condo so the two could be closer. Eventually, the rumors and the harassment got so bad that Kathy shut down all of her social media pages. But there was one major flaw in the story that Jackie Jasper posted online about Kathy White, because he claimed that Kathy met Jay-Z in September of 2009 at a Floyd Mayweather fight. But there is no way that this could be true, because during that time, Jay-Z was on tour with the rock band Coldplay. And on the night that the boxing match was being held between Floyd Mayweather and Juan Marquez at the MGM Grand, Jay-Z was scheduled to perform at Wembley Stadium in London, England. Claudia Jordan was in Las Vegas during this time, but she was posting on social media about hosting for a grand opening of a new nightclub in Las Vegas. The Hollywood Street King website getting the timeline wrong of when Jay-Z and Kathy allegedly began their affair brought Jackie Jasper's credibility into question. But he still stood by his story and everything that he said about Kathy White and Jay-Z's relationship. After a few months went by, the blog post about Jay-Z having an alleged affair became less and less frequent, and it was during this time that Kathy would make her return to social media, going by the name of White Label PR. But this time she would have her pages private, and only family and friends could see what she posts, so not much is known about her life after this point in January of 2011, although it did seem like she was in the process of starting her own PR firm. But unfortunately, less than a year later, her life would come to a tragic end, because in the early morning hours of September 1st, 2011, almost exactly a year after the rumors came out about Kathy and Jay-Z, a 911 call was made from an apartment at 130 West 19th Street in Harlem, New York. It was in regards to Kathy White. She had been found unconscious on the floor. Kathy's friend Chenoa Maxwell would message Nikki Chu on Twitter, saying that she needed to contact her immediately because it was an emergency involving one of their friends. And soon they would all receive the news that Kathy White passed away. It would later be determined by the medical examiner that she passed away due to a brain aneurysm, something that was very rare for a seemingly healthy 28-year-old woman. But surprisingly, even in her death, Jackie Jasper and the Hollywood Street Kings would continue their attack on Kathy's name. He wrote another blog labeling her a high-priced call girl for celebrities, and he would also write that before her death, she attempted to extort Jay-Z by threatening to expose their relationship unless he paid her a certain amount of money. And although he would later take the post down, his forum messages show that he stuck by his claims. He would also state that a major media platform already picked up Kathy's story and that all of the information was gonna come to the light soon.
They want this story to be so true, and it's just a murder, and it did not happen. She had a boyfriend that we all went to Magic Mountain together, and I hate that this girl who was such a beautiful girl is getting dragged. I just think about the family of this girl, how they must feel. Because I'm sure some of these blog stories get to them, and they be like, is it true?
Stop this rumor that she was pregnant by Jay-Z. She never told me that. I never seen her pregnant. I seen her drinking. We went to Magic Mountain, Six Flags together, and was on the rides. These are not things that people that are pregnant by superstars do. No. They try to protect that Okay.
Facts.
So I
Yeah.
need y'all to stop. And people keep saying this shit, and it pisses me off. I'm sure it doesn't make her family feel good to constantly see this being brought up that she was this mistress. She never told me. I met her in Memorial Day weekend in 2008. Okay. I went to Vegas with my friend Nikki Chu. So go ask her. Okay. I've been not saying her name. She introduced me to her. We stayed in the same hotel room because back.
And then people saying I signed NDAs, I'm in on this. And I'm like, y'all are making this story up. Like, people want these conspiracy theories to be so true. Like, if I go like this, I'm part of the Illuminati. I'm not. Like, I'm so tired. And it seems the more I defend this, the more they want to believe they want to believe what they want to believe.
Jackie Jasper would leak messages that were allegedly between a New York Post reporter named Brad Hamilton and Kathy White's family, with him attempting to get an interview in order to get more information about Kathy. But no interview was ever conducted, and nothing would come from the Hollywood Street King claims. But Kathy's story and mysterious death still captivated the public's attention, especially in the world of internet conspiracy theories. Some people found it very odd that Kathy passed away just 2 days after Beyonce's world-famous baby announcement. She would reveal that she was pregnant at the 2010 MTV Video Music Awards. And with Beyonce being one of the most popular artists of all time, the announcement would break records on Twitter. There was online speculation that Kathy may have been pregnant during this time as well, leading internet detectives to believe that Kathy White's death wasn't due to medical issues, that it was an Illuminati sacrifice. But her friend Claudia Jordan would come out and not only refute the pregnancy claims, but also the claims that Kathy and Jay-Z had an affair going on. She also called out Jackie Jasper for being a liar and a clout chaser, who was making up salacious stories about her and her friends for clicks and views. Claudia continued to maintain that all the accusations made against her and Kathy were absolutely false, although Claudia did admit that the two had a falling out, but were able to talk about a week before Kathy's death and get on good terms.
And then some blogs started writing stories about her and him and me, and she just distanced herself from everybody and just was like, I'm not doing this, and took her away on social media. And then we didn't talk, and I was like, what? I go, I don't talk to blogs. I freaking hate the whole tipping people off on the stuff. Like, I'm not into that. But I understood she was a very private person. And about 2 weeks before she passed, I got a call from her out of nowhere. She's like, Claudia, who's that blogger that was saying all that stuff about us? I told her, I was like, yeah, he stay on my neck a lot. And she's like, yeah. I hate that we fell off. We were just starting to get to know each other. I really like you. And I never was the one that gave any stories about you to any blogger or anything. She goes, I know it wasn't you. And she said, you're a good person. And I know that now.
The internet theory that Jay-Z has something to do with Kathy White's death seems like it should be a theory that's highly unlikely, because why would a billionaire music mogul and legendary rapper married to one of the most famous women in the entire world risk his life, freedom, and reputation simply to hide his infidelity? To many people in the entertainment world and on social media, Jay-Z and Beyonce are viewed as royalty. They're often labeled as relationship goals and viewed as the quintessential power couple, with this sentiment being elevated by Beyonce's legions of loyal fans, who have gained an infamous reputation over the years of going at anybody who says something negative about Beyonce, because in their eyes, she's a queen in the truest form, without the royal designation. But even with their pristine image, they still couldn't escape internet skepticism, with some people believing that they were hiding behind a cloak of perfection. But beyond the veil, there was a lot going on. And it seemed very odd that Jay-Z's name always seemed to be attached to certain situations that have occurred throughout the years, going all the way back to the mid-90s and his connection with rap legend Foxy Brown, because there was always rumors that they weren't just music collaborators, but Jay-Z was dating Foxy Brown as well, even though she was still under 18 years old. But Foxy Brown would always deny these claims, and those rumors were never proven to be true. Then there were the romantic rumors involving him and R&B legend Aaliyah in 2001, because according to former Rockefeller CEO Damon Dash, him and Jay-Z had a friendly competition going on of who would be able to land the R&B beauty. Ultimately, Dame Dash would win out, and he said that Jay-Z was always salty about it. But less than a year after starting their relationship, Aaliyah would tragically pass away in a plane crash in August of 2001. There were always conspiracies that it was dark energy surrounding the death of Aaliyah and that it wasn't just a simple plane crash. Some people even believed that it was a sacrifice, because in Aaliyah's death, it could make way for somebody else to ascend in the music industry. And the woman who would go on to succeed Aaliyah was none other than Beyonce, who had reportedly been dating Jay-Z since 2000, even during the time that he was being romantically linked to Aaliyah. Dame Dash did an interview and seemed conflicted about the theory that Jay-Z had something to do with Aaliyah's death, saying that it was hard for him to believe that Jay-Z had the power to take a plane out of the sky.
The stuff that they say about Aaliyah, like what would I do if I find out that somebody actually intentionally did that? I really don't know. Homie might, he was salty a little bit because he was trying to get at Aaliyah and I was trying to get at her. And I know that there are people that benefited from her death. Yo, that's the most illest gangster. Some Pablo Escobar, you could actually get a plane to crash.
I hear Aaliyah was a big point for you, was it not?
Absolutely. It was a...
How so?
Because I know what kind of company she was in. It's the kind of company that we all as artists, young artists that don't know and that are not aware, we end up drinking and partying and no one tells us the truth. And that's the environment I believe that she was in. And that's why I feel like that could have just been me on that plane. You know what I'm saying? Because no one was telling her probably the truth, and no one was telling me the truth.
That was competing with Beyonce around the time Beyonce started to get famous. Now, sadly for Aaliyah, she passed pretty early on, before she actually got to hit like the peak of her career. Now, this is sad for us, but Aaliyah passing was very good for Beyonce, as if Aaliyah hadn't passed, Beyonce might not be known as like Beyonce now. Fast forward to 2013, J. Cole makes a song called She Knows, which mentions Aaliyah's passing. It also mentioned other people like Michael Jackson's passing. Or nobody really thought anything about this song until all of the Diddy stuff started coming out, and that is when people started connecting the dots.
In 2002, Jay-Z would come under fire for his decision to make a collaborative album with R. Kelly. Some people in the media would even question Jay-Z's character after he decided to go on tour with the infamous R&B legend, who had multiple allegations against him, and they included minors. But their partnership would come to an end after R. Kelly accused Jay-Z of threatening his life while they were out on tour. Then there was the famous Rihanna interview on the Tyra Banks show in 2005, when Tyra asked her how she ended up auditioning for Jay-Z and how did she end up signing to the legendary Def Jam Records, where Jay-Z served as president and CEO from 2004 until 2007. Rihanna told the story of how she ended up signing to Def Jam and said that she was told there was only two ways that she could leave the room, through the front door with a deal signed or through the window, and they were on the 29th floor. The audience responded by laughing, and like a lot of people believed that Rihanna was just joking, reliving a funny moment with her musical mentor. But there are others who believe that Rihanna just accidentally spoke the truth. Not to mention that there was always long-standing rumors that Rihanna and Jay-Z's relationship went beyond music, and this caused friction between Rihanna and Beyonce. But even the 2012 birth of their first child together, Blue Ivy Carter, wasn't immune to being met with criticism due to the choice of them naming their daughter Blue, because some people found it odd that in 2001 Jay-Z was also being linked to an R&B singer named Tasha Cobb, aka Blue Control, and it was also during the time that he was dating Beyonce. Blue Control was a background singer for P. Diddy in the late 90s, before meeting L.A. Reid and signing with Arista Records, and through him she met Jay-Z, then they allegedly began their affair. She had a hit song that very same year called Hit 'Em Up Style, and it seemed like she was set up for success in the music industry. But it's said that her connection to Jay-Z also caused her to get on the wrong side of Beyonce, causing her to be blackballed by the industry and her career derailed. A few years later in 2014, Blue Control would be arrested by police, then sent to a hospital for a psychiatric evaluation after she was found roaming in Santa Monica, California, saying that strange men were trying to kill her using poisonous gas. But Blue Control wouldn't be the only female singer whose career came to an abrupt end after getting on the wrong side of Beyonce. The same exact thing happened to Carrie Hilson, who has spoke openly in interviews about how her career never recovered after she spoke ill on Beyonce in a song, and how everybody in the music industry turned their backs on her. Jay-Z and Beyonce are known for their exceptional media training, knowing how to answer questions without giving too much. But no amount of media training or public relations expertise would be able to hide them from their next scandal. Because on May 5th, 2014, Jay-Z and Beyonce were attending the Met Gala being held in New York City. Following the event, they went to an after party at the Standard Hotel. This is where the infamous elevator fight would take place between Beyonce's sister Solange Knowles and her husband Jay-Z. Surveillance footage would show her striking Jay-Z multiple times with her purse, as well as trying to kick him. The video footage also showed Beyonce standing by, not making an attempt to stop her sister from attacking her husband. The story set the media on fire and made news headlines all over the world. People were shocked to see Jay-Z and Beyonce in this light and had questions. What would cause the sister of the biggest pop star in the world to attack her husband right in front of her?
People have been speculating and saying, well, why didn't Beyonce get in the middle? In my mind, Beyonce didn't get in the middle because Solange was probably attacking him over something that he knows he was dead wrong about, and therefore, sister didn't get in the middle. Solange got into some sort of argument with the fashion designer Rachel Roy. Now, Rachel Roy used to be an intern at the Rock or whatever, back in the day. Because I think he dips it where he works and dips it like in the industry, in my opinion. So therefore, when you go into the Oscars or you go to the Met Gala or you go to this party, it's not like random chicks. It's there's Rachel Roy and there's this one and there's that one and no.
Years ago, Solange already seemed to be putting distance between herself and Jay-Z.
Solange, good morning and thanks a lot for joining us.
Good morning. I have to say that was not a very professional introduction before. Please don't tie me into family and my brother-in-law's establishment.
Beyonce would respond to the speculation and questions regarding her marriage through her music, most notably the 2016 album titled Lemonade. Throughout the project, she spoke openly about Jay-Z cheating in their marriage. On a track called Daddy Lessons, she even compares her husband Jay-Z to her own father, Matthew Knowles, who was married to her mother Tina Knowles for 31 years. They seemed like the perfect family, but it's said that Matthew was basically cheating on her the entire time, and even fathered 2 outside children. The same thing that her husband Jay-Z has also been accused of. First with Marie Wright, aka Free from the legendary BET show 106 in Park, as well as allegedly having a baby with a Trinidadian model named Chanel Scott. In the song Daddy Lessons, Beyonce would sing the lyrics, "You remind me of my father, a magician, able to exist in 2 places at once," alluding to the similarities between her dad and her husband, because they both have the ability to portray themselves as loving fathers as well as supportive husbands, and Beyonce knew them both very well. But it was the track called Sorry from the album that would gain the most media coverage, because Beyonce told her husband that you better call Becky with the good hair, causing her fans to go on a search mission to try to find out who this Becky character was and who they needed to attack for their queen. Multiple people were accused of being Becky with the good hair, from Rock Nation artist Rita Ora all the way to R&B legend Maya. But sources would later reveal that Becky with the good hair was none other than the wife of Jay-Z's former business partner Dame Dash, currently a fashion designer and formerly an employee at Rockefeller Records. It's speculation that she was the reason for the fight between Jay-Z and Solange at the 2014 Met Gala. The story goes, she was shamelessly flirting with Jay-Z right in front of Beyonce, which caused Solange to get extremely angry, resulting in the melee that happened later on that night. Jay-Z would admit to his cheating ways during his marriage to Beyonce on his 2018 444 album. On a song called Kill Jay-Z, he blamed himself for the elevator fight with Solange. He also rapped about going Eric Benet and almost letting the baddest girl in the world get away. Eric Benet, who was once in a relationship with Halle Berry, but famously cheated on her the entire time. Jay-Z also opened up about his infidelity in interviews with Van Jones on CNN and on David Letterman's show My Next Guest Needs No Introduction, where the 2 men seemingly bonded over cheating in their marriages and how much they regretted doing it.
You taught me so many things. I was 20 years old when we first started dating. You taught me how to be a woman. You taught me how to live. You taught me how to be a friend. You've given me so much in life. And this is not enough. It's not enough I can give you. I just want you to be happy.
To more couples news. First, Beyonce and Jay-Z, who's opening up on how the couple got past his cheating scandal.
Since then, I have tried to acknowledge that mistake and be a better person. At the time, the pain that I caused myself was the fear that I had blown up my family. It's as scared as I've ever been in my life.
Yeah, like you, I like to believe that we're in a better place today. I'm proud of the father and the husband that I am today because of all the work that was done. It's like really like things don't happen to you, they happen for you. That's life. Everything is life. It happens for you. Everything is for your greatest good.
Jay-Z and Beyonce have always gone back and forth, giving us hints of Jay's infidelity, but he has finally admitted to it himself.
But ironically, 2018 was also the same year that the couple would be hit with even more rumors of Jay-Z stepping out on Beyonce, because according to comedian Tiffany Haddish, in March of 2018, she attended a concert after party that was filled with celebrities. But while she was sitting at the same table with Jay-Z, an altercation occurred between his wife Beyonce and an unnamed Hollywood actress. Although it would later be revealed that Beyonce's attacker was allegedly actress Sanaa Lathan. Even though the story was never fully confirmed, it was still printed in magazines such as Vogue and People. Sanaa Lathan would respond to the reports by simply saying she would never do anything malicious. But through all the scandals, trials and tribulations, Jay-Z and Beyonce were still able to come out on the other side clean, with their picture-perfect images still intact. But one of the main people who would play a role in threatening that image was Jay-Z's understudy Kanye West, and it's been reports that it's because Jay-Z and Beyonce absolutely refused to attend the wedding of Kanye West and reality star Kim Kardashian. This would cause Kanye to go on a rant while on his St. Pablo tour stop in Sacramento. He would state that he needed to talk to Jay-Z and that he hoped he wasn't mad at him for speaking the truth. He would also talk about how he knows that Jay-Z has killers and begged him not to send those killers his way.
Jay-Z called you. Hey, Bob, Jay-Z, I know you got killers. Please don't send them at my head. Just call me. Talk to me like a man.
Like, man, I'm out here in Hollywood. I'm out here like my mom's passed. I don't know who I can trust. I don't trust nobody.
And Jay was big brother. His big brother.
Yeah.
But I feel like both of y'all might have reacted emotionally though. Meaning that like you reacted emotionally when you was on stage and you ranted, and then he replied in a record.
They can control Jay-Z and Beyonce.
But not you, man.
But they can't control me.
Not
You see, it
you.
ain't no name I won't name.
Exactly.
It's up. My mama was sacrificed.
Me too.
You understand?
Yeah, I'm Christian too.
Michael Jordan, what about him? His daddy, right? Bill Cosby, his son, right? Dr. Dre, his son. You're out in Hollywood, a lot of people come up missing. Feels like it might be a lot of that in order to control, traumatize. They want to monetize and traumatize.
Conspiracy theorists would point to Kanye West's rant as proof that the seemingly diplomatic and mild-mannered Jay-Z could have a propensity for violence if need be, and that hidden side of Jay-Z could have been the cause of Kathy White's demise, and there would be a renewed interest in her story in 2024 after Jay-Z's close friend and fellow mogul Sean P. Diddy Combs would come under fire from the FBI and his empire began to fall. Details of P. Diddy's debaucherous behind-the-scene behavior was coming to light more and more each day, including wild parties that they referred to as freak-offs, and after video footage surfaced of him viciously attacking his ex-girlfriend Cassie Ventura, his fate was sealed and his reputation was destroyed beyond repair. And after he was arrested on September 16th of 2024 in New York, many people felt like it was only a matter of time before he turned on Jay-Z and exposed the fact that he was just as complicit in the behind-the-scene activities that were going on. Their longtime rival 50 Cent let it be known how he felt about Jay-Z and P. Diddy, He stated that there's no way Jay-Z and P. Diddy have been running together for all of these years, and Jay had no idea how P. Diddy was really moving.
The new lawsuit coming with Jay, the part with Jay. I go, oh shoot, like
Right. To us, black excellence.
that had to be there.
We getting tighter. You know what I'm saying? And united we stand. And ain't nothing else.
Black excellence, they're sitting there like, yeah. It's the billionaire brunch.
Oh,
Like,
I hate you, man.
unaware of anything going on here. This is the one time I'm gonna be with you just this year.
Yeah,
come on, bro.
That's crazy.
And what made Jay-Z's connection to P. Diddy even worse is that it all happened in 2024, the same year that his former backup singer Jaguar Wright would begin to rise to prominence as an internet personality. She sang background for Jay-Z in 2001 on his classic MTV Unplugged for his Blueprint album. Jaguar was poised to have a long and prosperous career early on as a vocalist. She went on tour with The Roots, had a Coca-Cola campaign and a top 20 album. But after experiencing a sophomore slump, her career began to fade in the mid-2000s. And over the years, she would fade into obscurity, only to reemerge as one of the most controversial, yet popular media personalities on the internet today. She claims that she's on a crusade to expose the dark side of the entertainment industry and all of those who are in power and use that power for evil and manipulation. And some of the names that she believed was at the top of the music industry cartel was P. Diddy, Jay-Z, and Beyonce. She talked about Kathy White in interviews and the speculation of her being Jay-Z's mistress, comparing Kathy's mysterious death to that of Kim Porter, P. Diddy's longtime girlfriend from the early 90s to the mid-2000s, and also the mother of 3 of his children. She passed away on November 15th of 2018, allegedly from pneumonia, even though people around her said that she was perfectly fine before passing away. She died at her home in Toluca Lake, and one detail that people couldn't ignore is that P. Diddy was there when it happened. At first, the coroner had her cause of death listed as deferred, but would later suspiciously change it to pneumonia. Jaguar Wright would claim that P. Diddy used his power and influence to cover up what really happened to Kim Porter, and she accused his good friend Jay-Z of doing the exact same thing to Kathy White.
I need to know, do you think that Diddy killed Kim Porter?
Absolutely.
Why?
Because of all the videotapes, because of the book, because of all the people she gave copies of her book to, or at least chapters, because of everything that she had on him. Kim died from pneumonia, but there's the first coroner's report that said it was ruled a homicide, and they found toxins in her body to prove that she had been poisoned. You know, they have poisons that create heart attack and pneumonia-like symptoms. Then right after that, Al had a meeting, and our survivors and the late of Uptown Records, they were all writing tell-all books. Andre was writing a book right before he died. Heavy D was working on a book before he died. Kim Porter was working on a book before she died.
Jaguar Wright would make accusations against Beyonce as well, claiming that Jay-Z's insatiable cheating almost drove her to the point of no return, citing one particular incident where Beyonce allegedly locked herself in a room for 12 hours, listening to gospel singer Kim Burrell records on repeat, trying to cope with what was going on in her marriage. And the only thing that snapped her out of it was her speaking on the phone to the gospel singer directly. Jaguar Wright would always refer to Beyonce as the chosen one, because in her opinion, she was chosen by the elites of the entertainment business. One of her main sources of proof are award shows, because it seems like no matter what realm of entertainment a person is in, if they win an award, they are almost obligated to have to thank Beyonce.
You ain't talk about the producers. You didn't talk about the writers. You didn't talk about the team that helped you get there. Your whole speech was about how great Beyonce is. And I watched Mary J. fawn over her. She stopped talking. Like this was an event to honor her. And all she could do was sing Beyonce's praises, and how even though she was a younger artist than her, how she looked up to her.
The biggest celebrity crush that's not your girlfriend, Beyonce. 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 Yeah. Beyonce. Yeah. I remember one.
Thank you so much. You clearly are the artist of our lives. I love you. God.
A huge influence on me, Gaga, and our next performer, Beyonce. There's ain't Texas. I love that song. That is a great song. I love you, Beyonce. Thank you for releasing that.
Thank you, Coachella. I'm sorry I'm not Beyonce. I love you. Good night.
There are 3 people that get thanked in every award acceptance speech. God.
I'd like to thank God for this experience.
Not only to God, but to Jesus.
I want to thank God for protecting me.
Their parents.
My mom, my dad, I love you. My parents, my father, my mother.
Thank you to my amazing parents.
And Beyonce.
Jaguar Wright's main targets may have been Jay-Z, Beyonce, and P. Diddy, but she didn't stop there and would attack numerous people in the music industry, accusing R&B legends Mary J. Blige, Erykah Badu, and Jill Scott of all conspiring behind the scenes to derail her career. She also accused her former band, The Roots, of mistreating her while they were out on tour in the late 90s. And not only was she accused Jay-Z of physically harming her while she was his backup singer, Jaguar accused her ex-boyfriend, the rapper Common, of the same thing after a concert in 2005.
Next thing I know, we go to bed. He like, oh, come on, Jack. No, I'm tired, nigga. I was on the stage all night. I want to lay down. I'm gonna lay down in the bed. I lay down with my clothes on. You know what I mean? Survivor. I know how to buy myself a little time. You know what I mean? Just in case a nigga try to get out of hand, you gotta pull my pants down. By the time you get my pants down, I promise you, I'm hooking off in your jaw. That's how I grew up. That's how I grew up. The next thing I wake up this morning, I feel something poking in my face and shit, right? And it's just poking in my face, poking in my, and I'm like, and I open my mouth, this nigga trying to stick a stick in my mouth while I'm asleep.
For a while, every interview that Jaguar Wright was a part of went viral, racking up millions of views, and she would become synonymous with the Real Life Productions YouTube channel, receiving more fame and recognition than she ever did as an R&B singer. Some people did question the true motivation behind her vicious verbal attacks on celebrities, mainly high-profile black celebrities. So was her crusade truly about exposing evil celebrities and what goes on in Hollywood behind closed doors? Or was it simply about gaining more fame, popularity, and clout? Not to mention the videos that have surfaced online of Jaguar Wright acting erratic, obviously dealing with some internal demons, like the Instagram video that showed her rubbing her recently deceased son's ashes all over her body. Her other son would do an interview on the Tasha K YouTube channel, stating that the things his mother had been saying weren't true at all, and that she was only saying it for fame, because her music career never really took off the way that she wanted it to.
I realize all the wrongs that my mother has struck upon me and has tried to do with me.
Okay.
To an all-encompassing degree, she's attempted to use me as a pawn, a weapon and shield against those whom she hates, including her own family, for her own purposes, to manifest her ideal reality into real life. And that is to be the hit star that she never was. Or at least the hit star that she tried to be, but was stolen away from her when those in a higher position used her as a sacrifice.
Despite having people questioning what was her true motivation, Jaguar Wright still had her supporters. And one of those supporters was a journalist named Liz Crockett, who claims that she spoke to Kathy shortly before her death. And when they spoke, Kathy let her know that she had inside information on Jay-Z, and she was ready to reveal it all. But Liz says Kathy would never get the opportunity to do that, because not too long after they spoke, Kathy wound up dead. Jaguar Wright did a podcast episode with the journalist who had a reputation for being a conspiracy theorist. They not only spoke about the details surrounding the death of Kathy White, they also spoke about the other dark rumors that hovered over the entertainment world.
Just wanted to tell you it's not your fault. I don't know if anybody's ever told you that. What happened to Kathy is not your fault. It's not. You're gonna make me cry. I have, I'm telling you, it's not your fault. It's not your fault.
If I had any idea,
You were doing your job. And of all the people that she lied to, there was something about you that finally made her want to tell the truth.
Yeah.
She made the same mistake Kim Porter made. She didn't think it would go that far.
In October of 2024, Jaguar Wright would take her attack on the Hollywood elite mainstream when she made an appearance on the Piers Morgan show called Uncensored, claiming that Jay-Z and Beyonce had hundreds of victims, but she made these claims on a national broadcast with no tangible evidence. The Piers Morgan show was contacted by Beyonce and Jay-Z's lawyer, demanding that the interview with Jaguar Wright be taken down immediately. Eventually, Piers Morgan would be forced to take to the airwaves and personally apologize to Beyonce and Jay-Z about the false accusations that Jaguar Wright made while on his TV show.
The shocking allegations levelled at Sean Diddy Combs have burst the floodgates on salacious claims about an industry many people believe harboured a monster. Understandably, the internet's ablaze with claims about these events and whether other powerful figures were involved too. Well, Jaguar Wright unexpectedly made several serious allegations about Jay-Z and Beyonce during that interview. As I said in the moment, they were not present to respond or defend themselves, but now they have. Their lawyers contacted us to say that those claims were totally false and have no basis in fact, and we've therefore complied with the legal request to cut them from the original interview.
But Jaguar Wright wasn't the only one, and there were other people speaking out about things that they claimed to know about Jay-Z and Beyonce's relationship, like Ronnie Smith, aka Uncle Ronnie, a man who claims to have been Jay-Z and Beyonce's bodyguard for a time. He made scathing accusations against the couple, with what he said is his inside knowledge of what's really going on in their relationship. He made claims that Beyonce struggles with substance issues, as well as claiming that their relationship wasn't even real and that it was all for public perception and strictly business. But shortly after making these accusations against the power couple, Uncle Ronnie would pass away. According to the medical examiner, it was due to pneumonia, but many people had their suspicions about this cause of death. It just seemed extremely odd that as soon as he started to speak out, he came up dead. Lord Jamar from the 90s hip-hop group Brand Nubian would also speak out about things that he's heard about Jay-Z throughout his time in the music industry, most notably during his interviews with the Art of Dialogue YouTube channel.
Beyonce and Jay-Z will do anything to destroy anyone who speaks out against them. Okay, I get the threats, but you have to remember one thing. I know your deepest secrets. I know so much about you and what you've done. I know so much on how you got where you are, how you stepped on many people. Beyonce, how you guys ended Carrie Hilson's career because she said something about you. That's how hateful you guys are, how you step on anybody to stay on the top. So remember, your relationship was a business relationship, financial, to get to the top, to become billionaires. There's no love there.
You right about that. 50 going at Diddy hard, man. But how you feel about the people that's saying Jay-Z is next?
I will say that Jay-Z, if he was doing ill shit like that, he was more quiet about it. You know what I mean? He was more, but then, if we be real with ourselves, it was kind of abnormal when he got with Beyonce. Like, she was pretty young when he got with her. There's rumors that he was messing with Foxy Brown when she was pretty young. Some of these rumors been around about people for a long time. You've been hearing little things about him. And have I heard little shit about Jay-Z? Yup.
The comments on different social media platforms seems like people believe Jay-Z was due for a downfall just like his friend P. Diddy. And in December of 2024, it seems like they were gonna get their wish after a civil suit was filed against Jay-Z for an incident that allegedly happened in the year 2000 involving P. Diddy. The story made headlines all throughout the media, with people speculating how would Jay-Z handle the case. But ultimately, the case would be dismissed, and Jay-Z was exonerated from any wrongdoing. For a moment, it looked like things could have got bad for Jay-Z, but he made it out again untouched, adding to his Teflon-like public image. Kathy White's story and her potential connections to Jay-Z and Beyonce continues to captivate the public's attention. If you type in her name on any social media platform, there will be numerous videos with hundreds of thousands, if not millions of views. It seems like the story, as well as Kathy the person, have all become a part of internet urban legend. But Kathy was so much more than just an internet rumor. She was a young woman on a journey to fulfill her dreams. But unfortunately, that journey was cut short under what some people would consider to be mysterious circumstances. And Kathy White, she was only 28 years old when she died. Rest in peace, Queen.